the Academy of Country Music Awards aired. It looked a lot different. I watched, which means 2020 really is that backwards, because I couldn't believe I was watching a country music award show. But it was an exciting and historic night for two country stars, Carrie Underwood and Thomas Rhett. They tied for Entertainer of the Year, but it did not go over well with some viewers. In fact, besides the fact that Carrie is the first woman to win the category 3 times, which is a good thing, many critics felt like she shouldn't have to share the award and that it was misogynistic. Well, we caught up with Carrie backstage after her award and how she feels about where the industry is with women in country. Take a look.
You can't have too much of a good thing. So I would always love to see more women and more women represented and given opportunities. But, we've been taking steps in the right direction for a while now, which is really nice to see. And like tonight, not only having newer artists, Tennille Townes and Mickey Guyton get to get on stage and do what they do, but also, me getting to honor some of the women that we're all standing on their shoulders, as I said.
Obviously, Carrie, they're so gracious about the award, about where she stands, where her legacy stands within country music. But again, there was a lot of backlash over this particular tie in this particular category. To talk about this some more is our resident country expert, our very own Cassie DeLaura. Hey, Cass.
Cassie.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Melissa. First off, I just want to say, Denny, I'm so proud of you for watching a country music award show. Good job. Melissa, did you watch?
I thought about it, but I was tired. Yesterday was my rest day. So that was the only reason why I didn't. But we have you to talk about it today, so it's all good.
It's all good. And you know what? I do have a lot to say, because this conversation of representation in country music, especially for women, we've been talking about it for so long, but there are still so many conversations that need to continue to happen, because at the end of the day, conversations lead to change. And really, you know what? It is no secret that women in country music have to fight a lot harder to even get a seat at the table. I mean, for example, you look at country radio on any given day. Just the other day, I looked at the top 10. There was not one woman in the top 10. And that's not because women aren't producing and creating music that isn't deserving of those top spots. It's because there are still people behind the scenes who think that women aren't on the same playing level as men, which is absolute garbage. It's BS. It is 2020 and things have to change, which is why people, fans especially of Carrie Underwood's, are so upset that she has to share this award with Thomas Rhett. And it's not a knock to Thomas, because he, of course, is deserving in his own right for this win, but not, to be honest with you, not right now. And I do want to point out, because I did see some tweets thinking that maybe this is some type of conspiracy. Really, it's not, because at the end of the day, you have thousands of people who are voting for this award. And it's unfortunate that the numbers ended up coming out in a tie. Do I wish that Carrie could have had this all on her own? Yes. And one of the biggest reasons why I think that is because of what Carrie represents for a younger generation of female country artists like Kelsey Ballerini, Tennille Townes, Gabby Barrett. I mean, I spoke to a handful of these young artists before the ACM Awards, and what they told me about if she wins, what it means for them in particular to just know that they too have a seat at the table if she wins. So I just, of course, yes, she did still win. Don't get me wrong. Right. She did still make history last night at the ACM Awards, but it's a little bittersweet, because I wish she was able to have that moment, that historic win, all to herself, because she is so deserving of it.
Yeah, well, Cass, this is my question. Someone looking from the outside, I'm not a super fan of country music. I thought, what's the big deal? Because Carrie, this is her third win. This is Thomas's first. And Carrie said that she didn't mind sharing this with him. So now I know that there are some underlying issues behind all of this, and that's why fans are up in arms. But what do you say to people that say, Carrie has won before? Why are people making this a huge deal right now?
Just because you won before does not mean you can't continue to win and win again. It comes down to who is deserving of this award. And when you think about what Carrie has done to deserve this award, think about how much harder she has to fight to
Mm.
get it. I mean, you take into consideration the voting factors for Entertainer of the Year. A lot of it is numbers of your career. How many record sales, how many ticket sales for your sold out arena tours like Carrie did for the Cry Pretty tour. It also is representative who is the biggest ambassador for country music, who represents country music the most and pushes the genre forward. And when I talk
Mm.
about pushing the genre forward, I mean how Carrie has really been the pillar, the leader for females in the industry when really no one else can or is fighting for them. You have Carrie who brings out only females with her on tour to give that younger generation a platform to have that spotlight in country music. And think about all of this too. She, during this year of eligibility for her for Entertainer of the Year, she had her second baby. She was running businesses. She was writing a book. She has her Calia by Carrie Underwood athleisure line. I mean, she has all of this going for her, which does come into play with an Entertainer of the Year nomination and eventually a win. It's just that she has to fight a little bit harder to get that recognition. So now that she has the recognition, it should be all of her in that spotlight. And that's why fans are
Mm.
upset. And to be honest with you, I know 2020 has had a lot of surprises. I'm more surprised that Thomas Rhett, out of all people tying, was the person who got it. And that's no shade to Thomas.
Really?
But what is happening?
Wow. Okay, I mean,
By
context
the
is
way,
everything, and
if
you
there was
explaining that makes a lot of sense.
right. Well, if there was ever a visual representation of this, perceived, double standard in country music when it comes to male artists and female artists, it's what these artists decided to wear to the ACM Awards. I was watching this and I'm thinking, all the Entertainer of the Year nominees opened the show. 4 men and Carrie Underwood. All 4 of the men looked like they just didn't even grab the shirt from the back of the closet, but the one that they wear every day, like right in the front. And then Carrie's all glammed up. And I tell you what, if she did the same thing, I feel like the critics online and the trolls would go after her. And, like Kyle Richards said on Real Housewives, they would have probably called her a ragamuffin or something real terrible,
Preach. You are absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head right there. But you know what? I'm so happy for her and this win. And hopefully, obviously third time's the charm here. I wish it was, just her. But you know what? 2021 in Las Vegas, ACM, here we go. Maybe we'll get one more time and it'll be just her.